Welcome back to the dojo, everybody. This is TruTalk Tuesdays, and on today's episode, we are going to have our Liam's Facts, our weekly recap, our top 5 most anticipated movies of 2026, our fight scene, our joke of the week, and then our shout out. So make sure you like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the show, everybody. Welcome back to the dojo, everybody. This is TruTalk with TruMotion, where a couple of guys talk about how to make the world a better place and hopefully make your day a little bit better in the process. My name is Mark, followed by my co-host Tony.
What's up, guys?
So last week you introduced us to Lando Norris.
The Lando Norris monster.
And Kyle told me that he's like, Tony just gave the longest drink introduction I've ever heard. So we have brought another drink with us today.
Yes.
It is Mountain Dew Dirty Mountain Dew.
The Dirty Mountain Dew.
Yep. It's zero because obviously. Yeah. I'd rather have artificial sweeteners than real sweeteners. But hey, it's not the hill I'm willing to die on. So.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, the amount of research that's been done on.
You got to have like
artificial sweeteners.
80 a day to have it be bad for you.
Well, and not even that. Like once you start getting up to like 80 a day, it's like, okay, cool. It might not be good for you.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, you had 80 a day, you now have cancer.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, it's funny because it's, yeah, there's a lot of just straight up fear mongering when it comes to food products and food stuffs.
Yeah,
in certain aspects.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's one of those things that previous to our day and age today, like to get the research and information on that, like where would you go?
Yeah.
You know, and you would have to go off of like, well, I trust this one person and they said this, so I'm going to, trust their opinion.
Because there's so much conflicting information.
There really is. There really is.
Brown rice, is it good for you or bad for you?
Right.
Depends on who you talk to.
Exactly. Well, and that's the one thing. Like you hear some people say like, oh, yeah, brown rice is great for you because it still has the, fibrous husk that's on the outside. And so it adds fiber, which means it slows digestion, which means it's going to blunt your, insulin response and everything else. And then you talk to other people and they're like, your insulin response is going to be the exact same as brown and white rice. And because it's got the husk on it, you're going to be taking in more arsenic and other stuff that's going to be on there because it's not, you're just like, oh, so it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
But yeah. Bottom line, that's the one thing about that is a rabbit hole I love to slip down because there is so much stuff that constantly is being discovered and comes out every single day.
Yeah.
Like the most recent one that I slipped down was creatine. Which. Creatine's been out for forever.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Mark McGuire said he was using when he was using steroids is he was just using creatine. I remember I started using it.
I want to use that type of creatine.
Yeah. And the funny thing is they're making such a big deal about it in baseball.
Yeah.
The funny thing is like, was it a banned substance? Yes, it's a banned substance. But it doesn't make you hit the ball better.
No.
Like, you still got to hit the damn ball, which is, they say hitting a fastball or hitting a home run in baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports.
Oh, 100%. I mean, there's a wonderful documentary that was on Netflix. I wonder if it's still on there, but it's called Icarus. And it's about this guy. He's, amateur, semi-pro cyclist. And the documentary starts off, the documentary goes like sideways about halfway through.
Yeah.
And when I mean sideways, it's like sideways. It's awesome. But the interesting part is that he wanted to know if performance enhancing drugs would help him go faster in an actual cycling race. And so that was experiment number 1. Experiment number 2 was, how can I be able to go through this doping process and be able to trick all of the other, processes that go into that so that he wouldn't get caught. So he got with a guy who knew how to do that and everything else and was working on the process. And the change that made for him was like maybe a 2% change, 2 to 5%. Now, when you start getting up to those high levels, 2 to 5% is a lot. But still, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, cool. You can take the drugs all you want, but
Still
if you're
gotta
not,
put in the work.
yes,
Yeah.
insane amounts of work and
Yeah.
insane amounts of
Yeah,
dedication.
everybody always assumes that, especially when it comes to like for men, it's like, oh, you inject them with steroids and they turn into bodybuilders overnight.
Yes.
And it's like, no, that's not necessarily true. It helps.
It helps.
It helps.
It helps.
And if you're not careful, you can damage your body doing it.
Very much so. Very much
That's
so.
why I feel like it should be regulated so people do it intelligently.
Yeah, there's a guy I really like listening to him a lot because he's very much a straight shooter on that type of stuff and is very open about his own PED use and everything else, and that's Mike Israetel. He straight up he's like, he says, I kind of didn't do it right and I kind of destroyed my body and this is kind of what happened and I still kind of use them today, but in a very controlled, form with doctors and everything else. And
because I remember when I was going and getting the injections from a clinic, like it severely elevated my red blood cell count.
Yes.
So like I had to stop.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, I mean, you're on the verge of like a stroke and all that stuff. So
but again, I mean, that's I mean, the more we start to find out about, what I mean, because if you think about it, like now with TRT injections and stuff like that, that is now commonplace.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's commonplace is because we have found that, I don't want to necessarily say a happy medium, but pretty much that's kind of where we're at, where it's like, okay, we've got a lot of people who are, who their testosterone levels are low. We know that having a normal testosterone level is very, very healthy for both males and females. Yes, women, you have testosterone too. But, it's like, so like we've got to make sure that we take all of those things into consideration so that, you can live a very healthy and productive lifestyle.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that's, again, with the whole entire, science and medical community and everything else, we have increased the lifespan of, the longevity of humans, but the viability of those extra years is very, very low. And we're now starting to figure out how to do that, which is good. And so.
Well, we got all on that topic because we have a soda to try.
We do have a soda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize. Everybody who's watching, if you don't know by now, my tangents are epic and large. So
that's what she said.
Ta-da.
So Utah is famous for sodas and dirty sodas. For those of you guys that are not in the know, a dirty soda, to make it quote unquote dirty, all you do is add a cream of some sort. Now, if you add other stuff, that's up to you.
Yeah.
But the act of making a quote unquote dirty soda is you just add a cream.
Yes.
So I believe that's just a plain cream. It's interesting. I want to get your take on it, and then I'll tell you what my take is on it.
Very good. We're going to do this ASMR style.
Yeah. I don't even know what that means, but.
So we're going to go ahead and take this.
And
this listen.
There you go. Crack the seal.
It's just the seal's just cracked.
Hey,
all right, here we go.
We don't want to attract the wrong audience. Also, we got this influx of interesting characters.
Jeez. All of a sudden, the podcast audience jumps. If you got 10,000 more subscribers, what the heck?
I want you to try this now. No, don't tell me what to eat.
Here we go.
Okay, first initial reaction.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's totally different. Now, just to let everybody know, it is not like creamy on the end. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not like an iced coffee, you know,
No.
where you
Think
get
of like a cream soda.
Yes, very
Yeah.
much so. That's.
It's funny because when I tried it, I instantly had like. Tell me if you felt like tasted the same thing. It almost has like a Greek yogurt style taste to it.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely that type of like vanilla
Not
cream.
consistency.
It's kind of chunky.
Yeah.
It's like drinking cottage cheese.
Yeah. If you've ever had Greek yogurt, that tang, that's what I'm talking about.
So yeah, and I think that's the citrus in the flavor itself.
Yeah.
You know, because it is Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is generally like citrus based and everything else, and they might have like berry, whatever, all that other fun stuff. But you do get that citrus with that cream type flavor, like the vanilla flavor that comes in with like a Greek yogurt that you would have. I like it.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. No, it's.
Now, this could have been a trivia question, but it's not. But why was Mountain Dew created?
I know this one.
So tell everybody.
I know this one, which is funny because I don't drink.
Yes, it is for drinking.
It is
but not soda drinking.
People are like, wait a minute, the Mormon knows?
Yes.
I know.
Yep, the Mormon knows.
The Mormon knows. Yeah, no, Mountain Dew was actually created as a pairing to go with whiskey.
Yep, a chaser for whiskey.
A chaser for whiskey. And so, yeah, I don't understand how that would. I mean, it's not a flavor profile on a compound that I would put together, to be honest. You know, there's some, which again, not being a drinker, which is kind of funny. There's some like flavor profiles that I could look at and be like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, I can see how that would work.
It's funny because anytime like you get these like whiskey connoisseurs and they're like shove it in their nose and they're
smell the bouquet.
The same thing with like wine and this and that. Every time I see that, I'm like, I haven't had whiskey too much, but it's like you taste and it's just like, all I taste is burn and rubbing alcohol.
Right. Right.
I don't get any floral notes. My favorite one is like an earthy tone. Anytime I hear the term earthy tone, I instantly think dirt.
100%.
It's like, oh, it tastes like dirt.
or what's the other one where they use it a lot to describe like matcha. It's got a very, herbal or fresh or something like that flavor. I'm like, no, it literally tastes like I'm sucking on a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Like that is like if you guys
it's got grass clipping notes too.
Yes. Yes. I'm taking some bouquet of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Blue Augusta? Yeah. You're like, what the heck are you doing?
I get Kentucky bluegrass.
Right. It's like.
Now, here's the thing. Like, if you're into that sort of stuff and you're into whiskey, like, I know some people that really are. Hey, by all means, like, maybe you can teach me how to do it. Right. But I don't smell, taste, nothing. All I taste is like one thing, and it's gross.
Well, and again, I think you're right. I think for people who are into it,
or when they say it's smooth.
See, now again, not being someone who drinks, I don't know what that means.
Now,
like, does it not burn when it goes down? Is that what they mean? Like, it goes down smooth. And
I think I've had maybe two, where it's like, okay, now I understand what they mean when they say like quote unquote smooth.
Right.
And it was one time. This was about. Oh, hell, maybe 10 years ago, we went down to Alabama to visit my grandpa, and every day he would have one little glass of whiskey for grandma. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I'll have one with you. It's like, dude, this will be the only time I get to have a chance to have a drink with my grandpa.
Sit down,
like,
grandpa, and
absolutely.
drink to grandma. Heck yeah.
And it was out of this like plastic jug from the Air Force Base. And it was like, and it was, I was like, maybe because I was just in the moment, but I was like, damn, this isn't bad. And Shannon was like, that was terrible. And I was like, I didn't mind it. Like, I thought it was okay. And then the other time we had this Pendleton is a brand. And it was this like 12-year age whiskey.
Right.
And that one actually was all like, there's not a whole lot of like harsh bite to it. I was like,
yeah.
Okay. But for me, it's got to be like ice cold.
Yeah. Okay.
Like not lukewarm. Like some people like to do it.
Just, pull the bottle off the shelf and call it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. I don't know how people do that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's funny because I think it's very similar to certain cheeses too.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know, because there's, for those people who know and don't know, there's different aged Parmesans.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a drastic difference between like a 12-month, 18-month, and a 36-month aged Parmesan.
Yeah, it's a lot more intense.
It's a lot more intense. The flavor actually is different.
Yeah.
Because of and again, it's just an aging process that happens over time and actually helps make those flavors happen. And, I think it's one of those things where it's something that you enjoy. It's something that you can taste a difference in. And, okay, great, go for it,
Okay, so speaking of cheese, and more so like food, I'm going to ask you because you probably know the answer because you've been to Italy.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a margarita pizza,
Mm-hmm.
we're talking pizza now, not the drink.
Mm-hmm.
I'd always get confused with that. They order a margarita, and I was like, why the hell are they bringing them a pizza? But anyways, traditionally, is it made with just tomato sauce, mozzarella, and basil and olive oil?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a margarita. The reason why is because it is the three colors of the Italian flag.
Okay. We went, I text you pictures. We went to Bravo last night.
Yeah.
We ordered their margarita, just like a little one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was this is a big pet peeve of mine, I guess. But when they give you a margarita with a whole slice of tomato on the top.
Okay.
That pisses me off more than ever because I can't stand that. Like, I like tomato sauce.
Yeah.
I don't like whole raw tomatoes.
Yeah.
And it like ruined it for me. I was like, this is gross.
Yeah. Your base margarita pizza, everybody knows, like, especially if you're anywhere from the Italian countryside, from like way up north to way down south. You don't just
slice, put it on the slice. Okay, good.
Now, am I saying that you don't see that over there on a pizza? Oh, yeah, all the time.
But it's just not a margarita.
It's not a margarita.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Because Shannon and I were talking, and she started smiling the instant they brought it out because she knows that like bothers me. And I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, no. Like, oh, dude. And, yeah, the margarita pizza is just, it is the quintessential classic.
It's simple, and it tastes so good.
Yeah.
But they ruin it when they put a whole slice of tomato on the top of the slice.
I think it's because I one thing that just blew my mind, like, even to this day, it still blows my mind on how simple the recipes and stuff that I learned over there are, and how simple Italian cuisine truly is.
It's
not complicated.
It's flour, eggs, and like fat.
It's not only that,
and cheese.
Yeah. Like,
that's about it.
You've got your different cheeses and stuff like that. Like, one of my favorite, we've got again, for those of you who are in Utah, we've got bipolar weather over here.
It snowed this week.
And like 3 weeks ago it was 85 degrees.
Yeah. Well, a few days before that it was 80 degrees.
Yeah.
It was funny. So it snowed Thursday. So when you're listening to this, that was like 4 or 5 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler and I were actually at headquarters burning weeds that day.
Yeah.
That morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time we got done, he's like, dude, I think it's going to snow. Because like you feel this like cold gust of wind coming in. I was like, no, it's supposed to snow. And within 10 minutes, it was just downpour of snow. Now, granted, it didn't really stick. I mean, it stuck for a little bit, but
yeah, because like the ground and stuff has been warm enough.
It just
that
melts.
It's just not going to stick. But with like one of my favorite summertime recipes that I learned over there is a fresh tomato sauce, basically, where you take garden ripe tomatoes and cut them up very, very small. The two different ways you can do it. You can keep like that inner seed gel,
snot.
the snot that's in there. You can keep that because it does add an actual liquid to the sauce, or you
Now,
can
if
take
it's
it
in a
out.
sauce, I'm all down for it. Just like eating it like on a sandwich or raw.
Right.
I can't do
Well,
it.
so here's the thing: is that this pasta sauce is raw. So you just chop up the tomatoes, stick them in a bowl, crush garlic, put that in there with the tomatoes, and then season it with just like kosher salt, and put as much the amount of olive oil that you want on there. And the type of olive oil that you want is more of a, because there's two types over there. You've got your olive oil for salad and stuff like that, and for bread, and that's going to have a lot more olive particulate in the actual olive oil itself.
And that's more of the lighter stuff, right?
No,
It's the darker,
no, it
heavier.
is darker, thick.
Okay.
Like almost opaque. Oh man, I got some from this one guy, this one family. I guess they were like literally processing olives in this giant garage, and watching that process happen was way cool. But yeah, they gave us a bottle of it, and it was, I mean, it had thick chunks of, of olive in it. And the guy told us, he says, do not cook with this because you've got the actual fruit that's in the olive oil. But then, yeah, you put that on top, and then you cover it and let it sit for like 30 minutes just on the counter. And what that does is that oh, sorry, and I forgot the other ingredient is that you take fresh basil leaves and, shred those up and put those, like, tear them up with your fingers or cut them or whatever you want to do, and you put that in there too. And you just mix it up, let it sit for 30 minutes to an hour. Then you make angel hair pasta because it's a very thin sauce. So you want to use a very thin pasta so that it can hold that sauce on there. Serve that with a really nice Parmesan cheese, and that's it. Like, when I first saw that, I was like, are you joking me? And the guy was like, yeah, like, this is what, in the summertime, because in Italy they do not believe in using air conditioning for some reason. Like, it makes you sick. Like, they actually think that
Thank God we don't think that.
100% right. And oh yeah, like, and I, like, the first time I had it, it melted my brain. I was like, dude, there are like 4 ingredients. You don't even cook this stuff.
Yeah.
Probably
because it just cooks sitting on the counter.
Yeah. I mean, it just, yeah, probably, yeah, it's hot enough. The other thing that I learned that was really fascinating is that to make a good pizza sauce, you don't cook your pizza sauce.
Really?
Mm-mm. You just, you get some like canned, San Marzano tomatoes and stuff like that. Crush them, blend them, do whatever, and then you'll season it with, like, salt, pepper, and that's basically, a little bit of basil and stuff like that, and that's it. And that's your tomato sauce. Because if you cook it twice, the first time you cook it, you're of course cooking out some of the moisture as you're doing it, and then as you put it on the pizza and you stick it in the oven, then it's cooking again, and that tomato sauce basically turns into ketchup. And
Makes
very,
sense.
very thick, very, and it's got some off-putting flavors that, if you didn't do that the first time it got cooked was when you cooked it with the pizza and everything else, and that was fine.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, Bravo, that's like our favorite pizza place now.
Dude, that place looked sick. You sent me pictures of it last night.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
It was cool too, because again, it's this non-assuming little strip mall on the side of 3900 South, and
yeah,
you walk in and you're like, then you have to go back outside and be like, yeah, I'm in the right place, because it doesn't fit anything. Their menu, they give you that typical like big book looking thing, but then you open it up and it lights up. It's like a screen.
No way.
Yeah, and it's
cool.
It's they don't have a lot of stuff, which then it's good.
Yes.
It's like they have one side where they've got like 4 appetizers, they got 4 salads you could do, and then like 5 or 6 pastas.
Yeah.
And then like pizzas on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just FYI to anybody out there, if you're looking for like ways to tell whether or not a restaurant might be good, I'm not going to say it will be, but might be good, is look at their menu.
Yeah.
Look at the entrees. How many entrees do they have? If you show up and it's like a Cheesecake Factory style menu,
yeah, they can't cook all of them good.
They can't cook all of them well. Everything comes in, I'll guarantee you, everything comes in prepackaged, where all they have to do is microwave it in the back or warm it up.
I've heard that that's not the case with cheesecake. They actually prep.
Prep and cook and make everything. Good grief!
Yeah, which
blows
that's
my mind.
That's why they probably have like 18 chefs and 36 sous chefs and
it's gotta
be. There's no way.
Gotta be. There's no way.
The only granted, this is fast food, not a restaurant. The only thing where I feel like that doesn't apply is In-N-Out.
Oh, In-N-Out, like.
Okay, hot take. I do not like In-N-Out.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Not at all.
Why is that?
Not because of the actual meat and burgers themselves.
Okay.
It's their buns are terrible.
Okay.
And their fries are trash.
Okay. I feel you.
Yeah. They're like, if they fix the buns, like the burgers themselves aren't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, because again, it's simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do you want 2 patties or 1 patty?
Yeah.
Do you want it with or without cheese? That's it.
Yeah.
So it's like
they have their whole secret menu and stuff like that.
Yeah. Maybe if I tried the Flying Dutchman where there is no patty and it's just onion, that might be better. But like the animal style fries or just the fries in general, just don't even bother. They are so bad.
So yeah,
which is crazy because you see them cutting the tomato or the potatoes in the back, so you know they're fresh.
Yeah, yeah. So
but I don't know what they're doing with them, but they're awful.
So with their fries, there's 3 different levels that they can cook them at. If you don't ask, they just cook them regular, and that's kind of where you get that soggy, limp, type of fry. In the secret menu, you can actually ask for the fries to be cooked well, which if they're cooked well, they turn out to be almost like a potato chip.
Mm-hmm.
I go for what's called a light well on that because it's like halfway in between. So it's almost like a real fry at that point.
See, and if that's the case, it's like, why don't they just cook them like an actual French fry?
Right.
It's like, why do I have to specify do you want a limp noodle, a semi-limp noodle, or an extra crispy noodle? And at that point, it just sounds too dirty. It's like,
right. I think your criticisms on them are valid.
Yeah, 100%. Their customer service, top notch. You can't beat it.
Top notch. The cleanliness, the way that they operate, that thing is an industrial machine.
Yeah, I've got nothing wrong with how they operate and run business.
Right.
I just think their buns are terrible and their fries are awful. And if you're going to a burger place,
those are your 2 staples.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, there's one thing that I look to them and I'm like, wow, this is marketing at its finest. And it's the fact that their menu is simple. You show up to their menu, you've got 2 choices.
Yeah.
1 or 2, cheese or no. Yep. Done. But then this whole secret menu thing. And I don't know if this just happened by happenstance, circumstance, whatever, but by doing that and having people oh, well, do you know about the secret menu? And I was like, what's the secret menu? There's a secret menu?
Yeah.
And it makes the person ordering feel like that they're a part of something that someone else might not know. So it's like I'm on the inside. And it gives you a reason to actually, I'm going to go here because I know the secrets,
Yeah, it's got to be a total marketing ploy because everybody knows about the secret menu. So it's not very secret.
Yeah.
So it's like, why don't you just put it on your damn menu?
Yeah. And here's the thing. The secret menu is in their system.
Yeah. So they're not custom making it.
They know.
They still punch it into their computer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Which again, I mean, I like In-N-Out. I think that for, again, looking for the value for what you get and everything else, you can't beat it with a stick. I have a friend of mine. He thinks Five Guys is no joke. The cat's meow. Yeah, and I looked at him and I said, "I'm sorry. I have a really hard time mentally crossing the barrier of paying $20 for a burger, fries, and a drink
at a fast food place,
fast food restaurant."
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you.
I can't do that. I'm just like, are you joking? This is a joke.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh man, but their meat's so good. I'm like, honestly, and I eat a lot of really good food.
Mhm.
I can't tell a difference between their burgers and In-N-Out. You know?
Yeah.
I
can with their buns.
Yeah, right.
Their buns are way better.
Right. But yeah.
not $20 better.
Not $20 better?
Yeah.
You know, like what? Is that like freaking, Australian Wagyu?
Yeah.
No guff. I wouldn't pay $20 for Japanese Wagyu.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a Letterkenny reference. So, but all right, let's keep this show moving. Let's move on to our Liam's Facts.
Woo!
All right, last week's question was, what NFL wide receiver had more career tackles than drop passes? That was one of the craziest stats I have ever heard in my entire life, but it's 100% true, which is, again, just even wilder. The player's name is Larry Fitzgerald. He played for the Arizona Cardinals. He was one of the nicest players you'll ever meet. He wasn't your prototypical wide receiver diva.
Yeah.
Like, wide receivers get this rap of being like, oh, it's all about me, and like, I'm not getting passes, I'm going to whine and complain, and blah, blah, blah. He was the exact opposite. Kept his mouth shut. He worked hard. Yeah, and the fact that he had more career tackles, meaning they intercepted the ball more on his team.
And then he had to take them down.
And then he had to tackle them, is just wild. But all right, this week's question, because today's kind of like semi-movie themed.
Yes.
It is, what was the first color film to win Best Picture?
Ooh, I don't know that one.
So one more time. What was the first color film to win Best Picture? Leave your answer in the comments down below or email us at TruTalkTuesdays@gmail.com. And let's see if you're right. All right, moving on to a word from our sponsor.
Yeah. TruMotion in motion, let's go. Gear up, stand tall, feel the flow. Kicking it strong with the best of the best. Streetwear fresh, put your style to the test. Karate vibes, yeah, we bring that heat. From tees to hoodies, keep it sharp, keep it sleek. T-shirt or hoodie, we got both. Subs for the grind, focus on growth. Stickers and swag, let the world know you rep style. Now let's go. TruMotion merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Reppin' that swag, flex it, wear it proud. Support TruTalks and wear it loud. Discipline, power, the heart of the fight. Your fit's gotta match your unstoppable might. Tigers and dragons, bold on the sleeve. Step in the dojo, they know you don't leave. Oh, step up, don't wait. Rock that fit, let's elevate. TruMotion merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Rocking that drip, yeah, you own the crowd. Support TruTalks and wear it loud. Yeah, we reppin' strong, no fear, no doubt. TruMotion merch shop is what it's all about.
Thank you, sponsor. Make sure you like, subscribe, pick up some stuff. We'll see if we can, I don't know if we can get the tournament t-shirt design on there, but we'll see. But
Yeah.
we got tournament coming up next week, so
Yes,
that'll be
we
fun.
do.
But let's move on to our top 5. All right, this week's top 5 is most anticipated movies of 2026.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting because...
And this is personal list, not like...
Yeah, this is my list, not
not some critic, blah,
some
blah, blah.
critic who's got a pen stuck up there. Yeah, I just... No, I'm kind of done with critics and everything else because...
Yeah, they suck. Well, let me rephrase. What they do is not that important, in my opinion.
Well, the thing that I just find really, really hilarious is when the movie does extremely well and the critics just roasted it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just
Like,
like,
really?
like
So
what movie were you watching?
The movie was that bad? It grossed $1 billion?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It probably wasn't this artsy, I call it the artsy fartsy type, like,
Yeah.
it's not going to win an Oscar,
Uh-huh.
but would you rather win an Oscar or would you rather have your film be profitable?
That reminds me of Neil deGrasse Tyson's hang up about the star placement in Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
And it just frustrates the crap out
Oh
of him.
yeah, I think I've seen that
yeah.
clip.
And
It's like, dude, relax.
He's like, well, and he was just like going off on it, and James Cameron was at the table and everything else. And James Cameron looks at him and says, "It made $1 billion.
Yeah.
I don't care."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, good point, Yeah, but I think that's kind of where the critics have jumped the shark completely.
Yeah.
On, instead of like I'm here to curate the culture and the artistic style of theater, and it's like, no,
They get too uppity for their own good.
Yeah.
And it's okay. This is not dealing with movies. It kind of is and it kind of isn't. The last time we went to Philadelphia, normally they have the Rocky Stairs, for those of you guys that don't know, lead up to the Philadelphia Art Museum. Okay. Now in the movie, and typically the statue is on the top of the stairs.
Right.
Well, periodically it has to get moved to the bottom corner because the art museum does not want it on their property because they don't consider it art. They consider it a movie prop.
Oh my God.
Even though it is art because it is a statue and sculpture.
Yeah, and somebody had to actually make that.
Exactly. So It's all like, get off your high horse, be done. They're just pissed because everybody goes to those stairs for the Rocky movie,
reason.
not to go into your museum because nobody cares because you guys are too on your high horse.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with, I would almost, throw into the same category. There's a company, for some of those of you who are nerds know, Weta.
Yeah.
Down in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to look at all of the stuff that they create.
Oh, it's
amazing.
amazing.
And it is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And it's real life stuff, by way of like whether it's, giant storyboards or paintings or actual physical sets or, costuming or, props.
Those are
and
artists.
everything. Like those are artisans that, okay. So they're not sitting there, trying to, make a statement with their art. I mean, no, they're trying to tell a story and trying to do so in the best way possible so that it's believable. And I think it's a giant. I mean, I had this discussion with a guy. He was an art teacher, and I said, you know what? I said, the one thing that I think is really unfortunate is that there's no place in art for comic books.
Which doesn't make any sense.
I said it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, because they're drawing
like
a story and they're creating a scenario. And you could take away the words and you could probably understand what that picture is trying to convey.
Right. And not only that, but it's like, I mean, you've got world building, you've got character development, you've got to somehow show, emotion and tell the story and stuff like that in art form, in a drawing form. On top of that, like, okay, which means all of the different types of, art techniques that you have to use by using, 3D, perspective and everything else, 3-point perspective, 2-point perspective, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the human body, which is not easy to draw, If anybody's like, oh, the human body's easy to draw, shut up. Okay, good. Do me a favor and go draw a hand.
Oh, yeah.
Hands are a nightmare.
It's a very detailed thing.
It's a very and you have to know, like, okay, like, well, if my body's moving this way, how is the fabric then going to move on that body, on that person? There's some, Batman graphic novels and stuff like that you look at the art in it and, like the cover art especially, it's almost like 1930s Art Deco type. And I can't remember the series that was there. Batman. They had a couple Batman ones. They had, there's a couple Superman ones, which were like 1930s Superman is kind of how he was drawn to be.
Mm-hmm.
But it was almost like an oil pastel painting, or not?
Yeah.
Sorry, not oil pastel. There's two things. Like an oil painting of this, of Superman and everything else that was going on. And I'm just like, why is it just because there are mythical or fictional superhero people that are in it, and that's why you just don't like it?
I think it's too commercial.
It's too commercial.
Yeah.
But
who knows? But let's get into our top 5 2020. So speaking of
Ooh.
tangents.
Sorry, I just took us on one.
Yeah. All right. What are your top 5 or more anticipated movies?
Okay, these ones I did put in order, so we are
Okay.
going to go backwards. You have 6 because it's about, and here's the thing: these are the 6 that I'm like excited to see, and there's a whole bunch of other movies that are coming out in 2026 that I really just don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't care. This
Yeah.
is the artsy fartsy one. Shove it. I'm not
I
going to go
don't care.
pay I'm not going to take my family and spend $120 to go see an artsy fartsy movie when
No.
I can do that in the
I want to
comfort of
see
my own home.
explosions. I want to be excited.
I want
to escape.
I want to be removed from the
I don't
life
want to
in which I
feel
am.
bad. I don't want to have to think too hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of which this is going to be controversial. I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Okay. There's a company who started now saying, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. And they
They brought it back.
Brought it back. I'm like, good.
Yeah.
Good. Good job, Disney. Finally got off your ass. Anyway. So I actually have 6 on this list.
Okay.
Number 6, Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 Duh.
Yeah.
Duh. It actually I'm like,
it looks
okay,
fairly good.
it looks fairly good.
Yeah.
And those type of movies are really hard to not make corny and stupid and dumb.
Yeah.
But
The Van Damme one.
yeah.
Whew.
Okay. Number 5.
Okay.
Support my man Carl Urban with Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah.
That one. Carl Urban's a busy guy.
With the boys.
Dang, dude, he's everywhere.
That Billy the Butcher character is probably one of my favorites.
He's funny.
It's great. Okay. So
Okay.
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
And now we're starting to get up into the ones that are a little bit, and these, the next 2 here are positioned the way that they are because of nostalgia,
Okay.
So the next one is Disclosure Day.
Okay.
Okay, Disclosure Day by
Steven
Steven Spielberg, Aliens, everything else. I have a conspiracy theory that Steven Spielberg actually knows that aliens have been here, and he's just trying to slowly tell everybody that they have been the entire time.
Well, he wrote about, he did E.T., so.
He did, yeah, duh. Yeah.
Phone home.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3.
Okay.
Okay. Masters of the Universe.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. That's
That
another
one I'm kind of stoked for.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
I when I heard about it, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? And
Doesn't
again,
look too bad.
yeah, I'm not a Jared Leto fan.
Yeah.
I think he's okay. I don't think he's all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah, he does decent
And
work.
when I heard that he was going to be Skeletor, I was like, oh, okay,
But you
fine.
can't even tell it's him.
You can't. No.
So-
And yeah. So I did watch the trailer. I'm like, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I forgot about that
This is
one. That
gonna
one
be-
should be on my honorable mentions.
Yeah. Number 3 is Master of
Okay.
the Universe. Now we start to get into the real ones.
2,
Number 2.
I feel like I can already guess what you're
Probably can.
Yeah, but I'll see if I'm right.
Dune 3.
Yeah, okay.
Dune 3. I think Denis Villeneuve, who did, the first 2, he's of course doing the third one. I think he did such a wonderful job at capturing the size and the scope that's there in the Dune universe and everything else, because I think that's one thing that a lot of sci-fi movies miss
Mm-hmm.
is the actual reality of how big these ships have to be.
Yeah.
And if you've watched Dune, great. If you haven't, I would suggest, just go watch Dune, the first one.
Take like a day because you're going to need an entire day to watch both of them.
Yeah, they're long. They're like a good solid 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Um.
Which, I mean, if you like Lord of the Rings, so it should.
Yeah. Then
it's
you're
like watching that.
Yeah. You're fine. But I remember when I was in the theater and I, for the first time, and the Atreides ship that first lands on Arrakis, and then you look at it and you're like, okay, the gangplank that's going to unload everybody is the only thing I can see on the screen, and then like you've got the rest. You can't even see the rest of the ship. That goes down. There's like 100 people coming down this gangplank, and I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so if that's 100 people there, I still can't see the rest of the ship.
Yeah,
and it really does give you that feeling of like, oh no, like this is
like in Aliens
huge.
When it shows the ship and it takes like 5 minutes for it to like pass through the whole ship on the screen.
Right.
You're like, damn, that's a big ass ship.
Dude, freaking huge.
Yep.
And so so I'm a big fan to see where this goes.
Okay.
They've got a lot of great actors in it, of course.
Chalamet. All right, what's your number one? I think I know what it is.
Number one is Odyssey.
Yeah, you're a Christopher Nolan junkie.
I am dude, that man. I would lovingly say he can't do no wrong, which of course the instant I say that, Odyssey will probably suck.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but I think he's a master at storytelling and character development.
Yeah.
To take something like, Oppenheimer. Like, we're going to take a story that a lot of people know about a man, who was quintessential in the development of the atomic bomb and the nuclear age and everything else that we have today, and make you care.
Have you seen that video of somebody watching Oppenheimer in the theater and they're recording?
Yes.
And right when it hits 0, he farts.
Yeah. And yeah.
And it wasn't not that quiet. I mean,
it was loud.
It was audible. And then the rest of the audience started laughing.
Well, and the thing that's, again, like by way of an artistic choice, because it is a choice. I mean, a lot of times when you see the explosion, you hear audibly the explosion at the same time because, again,
that's not really reality.
That's not reality.
No.
And that was what was great about Oppenheimer, and I'm not spoiling anything by saying that.
What? You mean the bomb exploded?
Right. So, first time they tested it, and they're totally concerned because either the test would be it explodes and, or it doesn't, or option 3, it explodes, the chain reaction keeps going, and we light the atmosphere on fire.
Wow.
Which was a possibility, like, in their math.
Yeah.
But when Nolan decided that, okay, like, this is what we're going to do, we're going to have the explosion, everything else, we're going to show it. The explosion happens, and then there is no audio until the actual, like it's even, he timed it out, like this is how far the detonation was, this is how long it would take to get to him, this is, and so for that time in the theater it is pin drop silent, and then the guy, like, it's during that pin drop silence, and it was funny.
All right, those are good ones.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got as an honorable mention The Mummy by the Lee Corin.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
That one, I did see that one. I was like, okay, like,
because it's not your typical, like, The Mummy,
right?
Like with which I've heard they're redoing that with Brendan Fraser.
They're doing like The Mummy 3
and getting all of them back.
Everybody's back together, and
yeah.
Okay, can we again, small tangent? I apologize, but can we just like talk about the redemption arc of Brendan Fraser and how happy I am for him?
Me too. I really like that guy.
He is. You can tell he's got a huge heart.
Yeah, I really like him.
And granted, he's had some rough times and everything else, but to see him, come through and get the acting roles that he's getting now, and not all of them are like the goofy, acting roles that he had before. Like he's in that series where he plays the robot, Doomsday.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, cool. Like, this is kind of classic Brendan Fraser. But then he was in The Whale.
Yeah.
And took a role in a part that was so much a departure of what he had done before, and he just kills it.
Yeah.
So I'm
happy for him.
Happy for him. I'm totally stoked and excited for The Mummy 3.
Yeah.
Because
technically will be The Mummy 4.
Or sorry, The Mummy 4, whatever. Yeah.
We won't count the third one.
No.
The Dragon Emperor or whatever.
Whatever.
The second one, honorable mention, would be Spider-Man Brand New Day. That looks pretty
Yes.
good. I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan. That's why it's an honorable mention. But like, I'll
Right.
go watch the movies. But everybody's like, "Oh, Spider-Man!" I think I'm like, he's a whiny teenager. So
I see, and that's another one that I think that they've done a very good job.
yeah, I like the Amazing Spider-Mans with
Yes.
Andrew Garfield. I think Andrew
Yes.
Garfield was probably the best portrayal of Spider-Man.
Right.
But
I do too. I think that their choice, and well, this is kind of where I look at the differences between Marvel and DC.
yeah,
Is that the DC does not have a Kevin Feige type at the head that they've allowed to stay there for long enough in order to create that universe.
Mhm.
And I have no idea the lawyer hell that they had to go through to basically get Sony on board and be like, this is what we're gonna do. And
yeah.
Sony's
well,
like,
probably because Sony hasn't produced anything worthwhile. They're like, "Hey, do you want some money?"
right. Yeah. and
yes, please.
they're like, yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring back all 3 Spider-Man, and then let me show you the storyline. And they're like, oh, dude, this is gonna be sick. Like, yeah, but wait, because then Andrew Garfield Spider-Man does this, which then goes back to this, which everybody's gonna cry in the theater, you know. And you're just like, done. Like, yeah.
So those are my honorable mentions. Plus, obviously, I forgot Masters of the Universe. I think that looks good.
That's my sword.
Yeah.
Sir, could you step away?
Then I've got Street Fighter.
Yep.
Obviously.
Yep.
I think that looks really good. The Odyssey. I'm interested to see Christopher Nolan's take on it. I mean, it's a classic story. Mortal Kombat 2. That comes out in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I think it looks awesome. We'll have to go one Saturday because I know Shannon's not going to go with me. So I was like, I'm going by myself then. The other one is Michael, the Michael Jackson movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That one, yeah.
And that came out Friday, I think.
Yeah.
It just came out. I'm excited to see that one.
Yeah.
That one looks good. Apparently, the guy who plays him is his nephew.
No, okay. I was wondering. I'm like, dude, you look a lot like a Jackson.
Yeah, it's his nephew.
Oh, you know what? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then the last one, Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the thing with the reason why I'm excited to see that is I have no idea how they're going to make sense of it. So I want to see how they actually tie it together
in a single movie too.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
there's no way it can be.
It's going to be broken up because it goes into like Secret Wars and so it's going to be some sort of trilogy.
Right.
Because apparently they released the trailer at Cinecon in Vegas, so everybody's like talking about like the highlights of it.
Right.
And apparently Doomsday is so powerful that Thor threw his Stormbreaker axe at him and he stops it with 2 fingers.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like now what are we going to do?
Right.
So I haven't been too thrilled about Marvel projects lately. And I'm excited to see where this goes.
Right.
This is either going to reignite me back into them or be like, yeah, I'm done. Like I'll see them when they come out on streaming. So
that's the one thing. And that was actually one of my questions today. We'll get to the question, but that's one thing that I think is really unfortunate, especially with people who decide, hey, instead of really telling a story, let's put some messaging in this too.
Yeah. No,
and I'm like, nobody gives a crap.
No, like I go to the movies to escape, not be bombarded with.
Right. Like, and you suck at telling stories.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but I'm going to say that all started with Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Because Captain Marvel, if you actually watch that movie, she's not a hero.
No.
She's a villain. Like the whole entire movie, I'm like going through, I'm like, you okay? You know, but a lot of it was because, again, you can look at it by this female empowerment, blah, 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 blah. It's like,
I think there's better ways to show it.
You just waved a magical wand, which is the pen that you write the script on. And like, oh, by the way, and she has powers. It's like, there's no character development.
Yeah.
There's no like hero's journey. There's no struggle.
Yeah.
Like, are you joking?
But moving on to our Ask a Sensei. All right, so this week's
We're back.
slang terms is movie slang terms.
Movie slang.
So, this is essential film set lingo.
Oof, yeah.
Okay, above the line. So you would think it had something to do with staging. That would be incorrect.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's creative staff, director, producers with the higher budget.
Oh, okay.
So now, below the line
are all the plebes.
Yeah, it's the technical crew, camera, lighting, sound, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hot brick.
A hot brick?
Hot brick.
So like is that a sound thing?
No.
No. Okay.
It's a fully charged battery.
Oh.
It's a hot brick.
That makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Texas switch.
It's probably something to beat people so that they act better.
Well, that is a switch. Yeah. It's a big, because everything's bigger in Texas.
Bigger, huge.
It's a big stick. No, it's when replacing an actor with a stunt double in an often fast or continuous shot.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk and talk.
Oh, it's probably, exactly what it is, where you're just like, come, give me your pitch while I'm walking to my next appointment.
Well, remember, this is on set, so this is when characters in a scene
got it.
are walking and talking.
Walking and talking.
Yeah.
So now you got to like put the roller in. You got to, get sound and everything right. So you're following
I
them.
would assume it was a communication device. Are you calling from my walkie-talkie?
Is there a niner in there?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people go to school for 10 years. They're called doctors.
They're called doctors.
That's such a good movie. Flying in.
That's when you come in for a close-up shot with the camera. No?
A crew member arriving with necessary equipment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, speaking of Michael, he's on outside right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. 86th.
Oh, that's something you got rid of.
Yep.
Yep.
Getting rid of a prop, actor, or scene.
Mm-hmm.
Craft services.
Everybody loves me some craft services.
Yep.
And some shows have good craft services. Others have total dog shit.
Yeah.
It is the food that is there for the actors and people like that are there.
Yeah. And all that money goes to the New England Patriots. Just kidding. Because they spell their last name different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Craft.
Yeah.
Turnaround.
Now, the amount of time it takes them to go from shooting to actually producing the...
Yeah, time off
editing
between
and
shooting
else.
and days. Shooting days or production.
Right.
Making own way. Make own way. Mao.
Make on way or make own way?
Make on way. Make own. Make on way. Yeah, make own way.
I would say that's something that's like you like that. Yeah, well, then I'm probably getting that confused with fly in.
It's close. It's
Fly in.
actors traveling to location themselves.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
DOP
That's,
or a DP.
yeah, that's director of photography.
Yep. AD.
Audio director.
Assistant director.
Or assistant director, sorry. Yes.
PA.
It's your professional assistant.
Production.
Or production assistant, yeah.
SFX or VFX.
Yeah, special effects or visual effects. Yeah.
Okay, you've already mentioned this term earlier today. Jump the shark.
Ooh, jump the shark. Yeah, it's generally when you basically go overboard on something and you totally miss your audience.
Yeah, it's when what the definition is when a show / movie peaks and then begins to decline.
Yeah, and it's not like it's a
rapid decline.
Yeah.
Gaslighting.
No idea what that is. And neither do you, Mark. Mark. You
Yeah.
don't know what that means.
Yeah.
You, Mark.
So if you didn't understand that, he just did it. It's manipulating someone into doubting their own sanity. Very nicely played.
And again, Mark.
I
I
don't.
I've never done that.
No.
I have never, ever,
never. I think you're mishearing me.
You haven't. I don't even know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
You're so off the boat. Like, why are you thinking that?
I would try to help you, but
why would you even think that?
Yeah.
I don't.
So those are some slang terms for movies, and more so on-set movies.
Yes.
Maybe I'll have to get Tom
man,
on
there's
here
like-
one time, and we can just talk about movies the whole time.
Movies, key grips, best
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah.
You know.
Tom, one of our parents, he just retired as a camera director for the movie industry.
Oh,
So,
no way.
Yeah, he was
That's
on
awesome.
he was one of the camera operators on Day Shift that Philip was on.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So
So we got to meet Philip and.
well, I was talking about, he's all like, I was on that set. Who was he? And I was like, you were what? He goes, yeah, I was. He goes, I don't think I was shooting that scene,
Yeah.
but and he showed me pictures of him and like Jamie Foxx. And I was like, oh, damn, I guess you were on that set.
Yeah, you were on that side.
So-
That's cool.
Yeah. But all right, moving on to our next question. All right, what do we got?
So this is one that I think is plaguing the whole entire like theater industry and everything else. And if you kind of want to get a good feel of it, there's a great podcast that Matt Damon and
Damon.
and Ben Affleck did with Joe Rogan, where they talk about the difficulties in making film today.
Yeah, I think I've seen clips of it. I haven't watched the whole interview though.
dude, it's
Yeah.
Again, there's certain people that I see that when I see them together or working together and having success together, it just kind of makes me happy.
Mhm.
And Matt Damon and Ben Affleck is one
Yeah.
like just because of Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, they've been friends forever.
dude forever. What is your preference to go to a theater, okay, and watch the movie there, or in your own home? And here's the hard thing, because if we were to dial the clock back 20 years,
It would definitely be the theater.
right?
Yeah.
And I say that because the barrier to entry to getting something that would be even remotely close to home theater, we're talking you're spending tens of thousands of dollars
Yeah.
to get to that point.
Yeah, if you had a home theater with surround sound, 20. Shoot, I would even go further back than that, because I had one when I was just out of high school. Like, I saved up a ton of money for it.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a home theater or like a rear projector screen,
Yeah.
you were wealthy.
Money, right?
Yeah, you were driving the Mercedes. You had a huge house. Like, you're like, holy crap, this person is rich.
Yes.
But now the technology has gotten so much better and so inexpensive that you can recreate the theater experience in your own home.
And so I'm actually gonna do a little bit of research as we're here. I don't have a Jamie,
pull that up.
Can you pull that up for me?
Can you pull that up, Jamie?
Um,
To get a really movie quality theater set up, you're looking at, I would dare say, like a really, really good one, about $5,000.
So, and the reason why I bring that up is because one of the things that I look at, okay, is that in order to get the movie theater experience,
Mm-hmm.
and I know people are going to probably yell at me for saying this, I think the sound is the easiest part.
Kind of.
Relatively.
Yeah.
Relatively, okay?
Yeah. Like, you can buy inexpensive stuff,
Yeah.
but I think sound's the most important part.
Sound, yeah. The second is, of course, the it's not going to have it there.
It's the TV and the size of the TV.
It's the TV and the size of the TV. So previously, like, I mean,
I remember when flat panel screens came out, when they were the plasma screens.
Yes.
They were $12,000 for like a 36-inch, 40-inch TV.
When they first came out.
Yep.
And like having a 36-inch TV in early 2000s was huge.
Yeah.
It was massive. And nobody I remember like we had a 42-inch CRT TV. And that thing was a beast.
Yeah.
You know, like you're just like, oh my, I got a 42-inch TV, blah, 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 you know. And it was big. And so you're just like, okay, well, I'm going to watch it on a CRT, which isn't going to be very clear. I'm probably going to be watching it on, again, I'm old, VHS/DVD. You know, so the resolution's not going to be that high.
Yeah.
That you don't get the same feeling with film as you do on that.
Yeah.
Right. So going to the theater made sense.
And you had to have a dark room so the picture would be clear.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's okay. So then, yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. So now, let's say again, 20 years ago, you know, you've got somebody who does have a home theater room, everything else. Well, in order to get that large size, you're using a projector.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unfortunately, with a projector, the light is always on. So you're never going to get like true blacks and everything else on that screen. Well, then the advent of the plasma screen comes out because each pixel is individually illuminated on a plasma. And the price, again, is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And now I was looking this up because I know there's a company called Hisense. They're not like a top line TV manufacturer, more of kind of like on the lower end, but they started making a 100-inch, LCD TV.
You can find those at Costco.
Yeah, the QLEDs. Yeah, yep. You can find them at Costco.
Yep.
You know, and when I start thinking about it by way of like the barriers to entry, like 100 inches in anybody's home is going to be the size of a wall. It's going to feel like
almost too big.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you've got, because I've got a sound bar that has, you know, of course, wireless. It's got the 5.1 Atmos, blah, 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 all that other stuff. You can get other ones that like have, you know, 7 and 9 and stuff like that. And all the speakers are wireless. So the ease of use of hanging all that up is you just plug the speaker into a power source and you're done. You know, you've got a massive sound bar. You've got a good sized subwoofer. So your bass notes are going to be coming in, you know, pretty clear, not as if you're going to be spending a lot of money on a, you know, high-end special system. But you start to get to the point where you start balancing like, okay, cool. Like I've got all this stuff that I enjoy at home every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I can wait for it to stream because it's probably going to go from theater to streaming in 3 months?
Yeah.
I mean, crap. When I was growing up and when you were growing up too,
it was like 6 months.
6 months to a year
Yeah.
before it came out and you could go to the rental store and rent it.
Yeah.
Right?
Or at least that's what it felt like. I don't know if that was actually true or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
You know, and it took forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't even like, well, you know, yeah, you'll be able to rent it in 6 months, but it's also going to be like playing all the time on TNT.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because streaming wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah.
You know, no, it was like, no, it went straight from movie to rental. Well, it's going to be on TV, right? No. What? No.
Not for another couple years.
What? No.
What? No. Yeah.
So, it makes me really kind of think about like, well, are theaters going to die?
Yeah, they're going to go back. I believe they're going to go back to more of the traditional theaters where there's one massive screen, one room, and it plays like one movie at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to go back to that style. So like the little Murray Theater on State Street in Vine, it's going to go back to more of those.
Okay.
But like the Megaplex 20 in the district, those are going to go away.
Yeah.
In fact, those are already dying.
Well, and then the one thing that I noticed, because Cinemark at Station Park in Farmington had big screens, lots of seats.
Yeah.
And they've been converting those
to the
now
luxury seats.
Yeah. Which lowers the amount of people that you're actually putting in there, but it doesn't matter because people aren't really filling those seats anyway. So
yeah, and
it freaking cares.
And it's raising the cost.
Yeah.
That was apparently one thing that at the Cinecon in Vegas, the owner of Sony came out and was just kind of berating the theater owners and be like, you guys got to lower prices. And he kind of broke it down like that, where it's like a family of 4 is going to be spending over $100 to go see a movie at your establishment.
Yeah.
It's like most people are not affording that anymore.
No. Well, especially when, okay, so we've got streaming services, which do stream in 4K now, which is going to be, plenty for what you want to see on the resolution and everything else. And you can rent it for like $30. Let's even say it's $45 to rent a movie. It's not, but let's say that, that's what you were going to pay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've got a family of 4 or a family of 5.
Yeah.
And you're going to be at home and it's like,
it's still way cheaper than going out.
It's still way cheaper than going to the theater. I can pop my own popcorn and everything else and get the exact same ingredients that they use at the movie theater and do that whole thing at home. Do you think that more innovation and when I say innovation, I'm not talking about like technical innovation, I'm talking about business-wise innovation, is going to have to change to modify the theater experience to more of what kind of like what Broovies used to be, where it is now almost like dinner theater?
I think that is definitely going to be a way of the future, that or an immersive experience.
Okay.
Like the Sphere.
Yeah.
Or where you, like, I think Megaplex did that for a while. I don't know if they still do it, but with the interactive seats. Where it's like your seat will shake at a certain part. Yeah. Or it'll move a little bit.
Yeah.
Or you'll get like a smell. Or the mist, like when Disney, the Soaring over California.
Yeah.
That sort of. Did you ever go to the
Welcome to Soarin'?
Yeah. Did you ever go to the It's a Bug's Life show?
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Do they still have? I don't think they still have it. I think they took it out.
No, the Bug's Life one. Well, the last time I was there, the Bug's Life one was still there.
Okay. But yeah, like where it had rollers underneath the seats.
Yes.
So
where you felt like bugs were coming and crawling underneath you.
Yeah.
The other one that's at Disney World is, they call it like the Disney Philharmonic or something like that.
Okay.
It's almost the exact same thing. Except it's all about, like the organ, like it's almost like that part in Fantasia where Mickey, is directing the music, except Donald doesn't, all chaos breaks loose. That like that type of stuff. I can see that. But again, like, they're going to want to charge you an arm and a leg for it. And so,
but that's the only way they can justify the expense.
Yes.
Cause they'll be like, hey, yeah. Like I remember when we were in California and we went and saw Guardians before our test.
Oh yeah.
It was like $30 a ticket. And I was all like, it's how much?
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. And the theater wasn't even that nice.
It was almost like buying burgers at the, Long Beach airport.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's bad. It's a bad idea.
Don't fly into Long Beach. It was our preferred place.
No,
they
it's
ruined
not.
it.
Yeah.
So. And then the people ruined it.
Yeah.
So.
That'll be another story for another day. Yeah.
It's not movie based, so we're going to skip it.
It could have been movie based.
It could have. Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, I definitely think, and I feel like COVID, not COVID itself, but because of COVID and what HBO Max did, where they're like, hey, all of our theatrical releases that were going to be in 2020, we're just streaming.
Yep.
Once they did that, I was like, theaters are dead.
Yep.
I was like, there's no way they can survive that.
It's, well, and again, I think the same thing happened with the advent of streaming, period. There's a lot of things that happened in because of COVID and the actions that were taken by the government and medical community in 2020 has totally shaped and redefined it, like from that point forward. That was the tipping point. We're DVD rental stores and stuff kind of on the way out at that point. Yeah, because
Redbox
streaming was big. Yeah. But Redbox was huge. Netflix was huge. Like I could just I could just mail and get DVDs and Blu-ray and stuff like that to my house. Duh.
Yeah.
And dude, Redboxes were the best.
Yeah.
Try to find one now.
Yeah, they're gone.
They are gone.
Yeah.
Dead and buried. And that was 6 years ago?
Yeah.
And even during the middle of like COVID, people were like, using Redbox a lot and everything else too. So really, if we want to talk about like Redbox was maybe 3 years ago from, to go from 3 years to like having massive inventory and everything else to nothing because of technology changes and shifts. But again, you've got increasing internet infrastructure coming in. For a lot of people I know, they've just got simple coax, which is your cable internet, but those are getting upgraded to fiber, which is a huge step up.
Yeah.
And because that's going to happen, you're going to be able to stream, higher resolution, shows for these larger TVs that are going to be coming out in a higher resolution, of course. And then, of course, you're going to have all of the different audio files that are going to be coming with that so that you can create that immersive experience in the theater that you would get in a theater in your home. And so, and it just kind of like begs the question is like, how long do theaters have until they are the, dust and tumbleweeds of, Blockbuster, Hollywood Video?
The big ones are already on the way.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Megaplex 20, stuff like that. The Megaplex by my house that we went and saw Superman, those will stay.
Yeah.
Because those are only, that only has 6 screens.
Yeah. The theater's not that big.
Very small.
Yeah.
Those will stay. Or the single screen theaters will stay. But these massive 2018 plus, like Jordan Commons, Ghost Town. The only time it's not a ghost town is when they have their like $5 Tuesday or Monday movies.
Right.
That's when they're busy.
Yeah.
Weekends, not busy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I definitely think they're on their way out for sure.
Well, and that's the thing it shocks me that Jordan Commons still isn't doing as well as they did in the very beginning because that was such an innovative idea.
Yeah, with the food and
it's like all the food.
Yeah.
All these different restaurants that are around, and it's like you have a captive audience of thousands of people that are going to be here every single day that are going to want to go to dinner and a movie. Why don't we have some top restaurants and stuff that are here?
And you can eat in the theater.
And you could then eat it in the theater, take it with you.
Now the only thing you can get food wise is like a corn dog or chicken nuggets.
Serious.
Yeah.
They've pared it down that far. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sad because I remember like Jordan Commons, when that place first opened, was like the place to go to watch movies.
They were busy all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Now, not
making
so
money
much.
hand over fist.
Yeah.
So then again, moves us into another question. So, Fat Cats, bowling arcade, go-kart type
Megaplex
stuff.
built one exactly like Fat Cats in Daybreak.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, where it's a restaurant, bowling alley, arcade, and then
with the theater
attached to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was my next question, is because those type of things I think will never go away.
No.
Because it is a physical enjoyment activity that,
I'm pretty sure Dave and Buster's is going to try to attach a screen to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they were smart, they would. Just like 1 or 2 screens.
Yeah. Have 1 or 2 theaters, have movies going. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, in order to keep the theaters and stuff going, is that going to be possibly a choice of the next step that they are going to have to take? Dave and Buster's I think is great because they have a full food menu. So it's not just like an arcade where it's just pizza and where it's like, oh no, you
Snack
want
foods,
chicken wings, you want like an actual like entree, you want actual food.
Mhm.
Okay, great, let's get you actual food, and then we'll move on. But it's going to be very, very interesting and fascinating to see how these businesses, because we're talking huge businesses,
Yeah.
like AMC, Cinemark,
Mhm. Regal.
Edwards, Regal. I mean, even here in Utah, Megaplex.
Yeah.
And again, people, you can talk bad about all you want about Megaplex, whatever. Dude, I seriously tip my hat to that company because they're the ones who started the whole entire like assigned seating thing.
Oh yeah. No, they did some stuff right.
You know,
It was a pain in the butt at first. Be like, what do you
Uh-huh.
mean I got to pick out my own seat? Now it's like, you mean I can't pick out my own seat? Yeah.
What movie was it? It was Godzilla. What did we go see down in California?
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
That's right. Because we live in Utah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, we'll just like whatever. And we were down there for training. I'm like,
Yep.
oh yeah, let's go see Planet of the Apes. And
Which the remakes were really good, by the way.
yes, very much so.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's like we got there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, so here's your ticket." I'm like,
Where do we sit?"
Where do we sit?" And they're like, "Wherever you want." And I'm like,
"Oh yeah."
And I had a flashback to being in Back to the Future. What?
Yeah.
You mean you don't have assigned seating?
Yeah.
This is like a baby theater.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, there's like some definite big things that changed and went through the whole entire theater industry like wildfire. But I am excited to see, in order for those companies to continue doing well, what they're going to do in order to keep people
they have
to
to
see the movies,
reinvent themselves some way.
And I kind of want that to happen. Don't get me wrong, like I'm totally happy with the other big players that have popped up in the movie industry, like Netflix, Amazon, the Apple even.
They're producing really good content.
They're producing great content.
Yeah.
And even the series, like I just finished plug for Apple TV. I finished the series Murderbot.
Okay. Is it good?
It's funny.
Okay.
It's so one of the Skarsgård boys, he plays they have these basically autonomous robots that they are a cybernetic robot that they uses a combination of like human tissue and robot tissue and stuff like that. But they call them sec units. They're security units.
Okay.
Something's kind of special about this one. He starts thinking for himself and turns off his own governor module. He's just like, and he's like, I've got to figure out a name for myself. What is my name going to be? Could it be this? Could it be, I think I'll just call myself Murderbot. It's like, it's a funny show and it's done extremely smart and everything else. And so I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, this is great. The one thing I have a problem with, and I didn't notice it until I watched that Joe Rogan series with Mark Wahlberg,
Matt Damon,
and Ben Affleck, is that Matt and Ben were told by Netflix, oh yeah, you can produce movies and everything else, and it's going to be great, and we're going to help you out, and this is what you're going to have to do in order to keep you in the algorithm. And they just looked at him like,
yeah,
what do you mean? They're like, you have to basically retell what the plot is about 3 to 4 times in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, what? Like, well, yeah, because like people are going to be watching Netflix, they're going to be sitting down at home and everything else, and they're going to be basically looking at their phone, playing on their phone while the movie's going on in the background. So you're going to have to constantly remind your audience what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, whoa, wait a minute. This is,
It's true, though.
It is true. And so that's one of my caveats with companies that go straight to streaming in the movies that they're going to produce. It's like, I understand you have all the science and everything else, but are you producing it because it's a good story, or are you producing it for the algorithm?
Mm-hmm.
If you produced it for an algorithm, there's no way Christopher Nolan would have made, Oppenheimer.
I think right now it's a combination of both. You can have a good story, but you do have to remind your audience what's going on.
You're going to have to, because we've gotten so,
our attention span is.
Well, and it's, I hate saying this. It comes out of my mouth and I just want to vomit. We're addicted to our screens. But the dopamine that we get from this little black box that's constant, like, and I constantly have to hit it because I have to constantly feel good up here, takes us away from the point of like, I don't really have to have it. You know, like it's really nice to put it down and not have to look at it.
Yeah, that's why I like the retreat.
Oh, that was about wonderful segue to the retreat.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so that was my question. Like,
Next. Well, we'll save that for your question 4. Let's move on to our third question. All right, question number 3. This is kind of playing off of the food theme that we were talking about earlier. What is your go-to guilty pleasure fast food place?
the fat boy inside me just got really excited.
I know. Yes. But you're like, okay, I don't have to watch my diet. I don't have to watch what I eat.
Like all the calories that I eat are converted straight into muscle.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
What is your go-to place, and what do you like to get?
Okay, so I've got a couple for different things.
Okay.
Right. I've got one that I do when I'm in the airport.
Okay.
So my favorite, and to me it's a treat thing, right?
Yeah.
So every single time I go in,
I
the
think
airport,
I remember what this is. Yeah.
I go to Krispy Kreme.
Yep.
And I get the Krispy Kreme filled donut thing.
Not the custard.
Not the custard.
The cream.
The cream one. The one that is basically fluffed sugar wrapped in dough that's been fried with chocolate on top of it. Yeah. Yes. People are just like,
I like
how
the
can
custard
you
one.
eat that? And I'm like, I can, because
It's
there's
really
a fat
good.
boy who lives inside me who loves sugar.
Because you're from Utah.
Duh. From Idaho, but
Well, you're more from Utah.
where we had nothing but potatoes.
Yeah.
So that's that one. My favorite, just like there's none of these left in Utah, which is unfortunate. I liked Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake's good.
By way of burgers, and I love their shoestring fries. The closest is Freddy's.
Okay.
So I like those type
Steak
of
and
burgers.
Shake was good.
I love Steak and Shake.
Their fries are really good, and they're super inexpensive.
It was like basically like In-N-Out prices for better food.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now this last one is when there's a lot of self-loathing that's going on, and I'm just like, I don't care. Like, my voice in my head says, this is going to destroy you coming out the other end. I'm like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, that one is Beto's.
Beto's, okay.
And the Super Nacho. I love, like, their Super Nachos.
It's funny because I think you can classify Beto's as fast. Well, it is fast food.
Yeah,
but it's like it's really not at the same time. Because every time I go to Beto's, I spend 10 minutes in the drive-through window waiting for the food.
Waiting for them to make it.
So it is technically fast food, but it's not fast food at the same time.
Right.
So, but yeah, Beto's is good.
Yeah, Beto's is... I hate to say this. I've been to Mexican restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And... so many times it's like after I'm done, I'm like, I'm just disappointed. Like Beto's is better. Like
there's this place, Maria's. There's one in South Jordan. By Mulligan's.
Yeah.
They're really good. Their birria tacos are good. Yeah, I love birria tacos.
Those are so good.
Yeah. But honestly, like one of mine is like Taco Bell. Like,
really?
Yeah, dude.
Mark, really?
I don't know what it is, but Taco Bell, man.
That is like punishment, dude.
It's, oh, God. It's like I went the other day and I was like, oh, man, I like Taco Bell.
Talk about mystery meat. Like,
honestly?
Well, I don't even know how they make their meat the way they do, but it is like, if it's powdered, hydrated, whatever, but
dude,
it
tastes good, man.
It is stupid good. And
here's the reason why.
Like
the reason why people like have like quote unquote explosive moments after Taco Bell is not because of the ingredient, like the food itself.
Right.
It's because the food is a little bit higher in fiber than they're actually used to. So if you do not have a higher fiber diet, it will blow right through you.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were going to put fibers in because it's a filler. So that way they can keep their food cheap.
Yeah. But my God, yeah, Taco Bell, man, like, I don't know what it is, but it's like one of those, like I said, guilty pleasures. The Baja Blast Freeze.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you that one. I'm a fan of Baja Blast.
The Baja Blast Freeze is like the best thing ever.
Yep.
But yeah, not like Taco Bell. Like, to be like, hey, you want to go to Taco Bell? Be like, yes. And maybe it's just because, like, when you were a kid, like, that was the cheapest food you could get. So you could get a lot of it.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, man, I'm full on $5 worth of food.
Here's the crazy thing. And again, people are going to be like, wow, like, you're old.
Shut up.
Freaking kill you.
Yeah.
I remember, because I worked at Albertsons at the time.
Okay.
Making $6, $6.05, $6.10 an hour, which was way more than a minimum wage. But I remember I could go to Burger King and get a Whopper Junior Value Meal, king size it, for $2.50.
Yep,
$2.50.
Yeah, it's funny because again, one of like my funnest memories, like with Taco Bell, is when I was in high school. Me and two other friends of mine, Mike and Ronnie, were like, God, dude, we're hungry, and we're high school kids. We don't have any money,
right?
So we're like, we scrounged through our cars and gathered all the loose change, and we got enough money to rent a video game, buy Taco Bell, and each of us a 2-liter.
Oh man.
And it was like maybe $15.
Right.
And we were like set for the night. And I think the game we rented was the Star Wars Pod Racer video game on Nintendo 64. Dude. That was so fun. Yeah. And we just played Star Wars and ate Taco Bell and drank soda all night.
Yeah.
And it's like, I remember those times, and it's like, maybe that's why I like Taco Bell. I don't know. But
it could be. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, talking about food and then now food, like the cost of things, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, great. So renting the video game was probably like what, $2, $5?
Yeah, if that.
The sodas were probably.
Oh, they were like, I think 50 cents each.
I was about to say. And then, of course, you had plenty of money for food.
Yeah.
Now, it's like, freak. Like, you're going to rent a video game today, it'd probably be $10.
Yeah.
And then you're all going to go to Taco Bell. Okay.
It's not
so
that
there's
cheap
going to be
anymore.
$33.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get a couple 2-liters. Well, there's another,
those are like
$5
$2 each.
It's
funny because I always laugh at this. Like when you buy like the 20-ounce bottle of soda, it's like $2.99.
Yes.
Then the 2-liter is like $1.99.
Yes.
And you're like,
you're paying $1 for convenience.
Yeah. You're like, this math ain't mathin'.
Yeah.
So
that pisses me off.
But let us know what your favorite guilty pleasure go-to fast food place is. Yeah, it's the best. But well, I cut myself off early, but let's go to our last question. What's question number 4?
So, question number 4, and I was kind of thinking about this and was trying to like ask myself the question. And I was like, oh man, like I struggle with this. I struggle with this a lot, and I need to be better at it, and I need to really, because again, we've talked about motivation, in the podcast, and kind of take more of a serious tone from movies and food-based. Consistency is key.
Yeah.
In order to get anything in life, being consistent at what you do every single day and holding to that is important. what do you do in order to stay consistent? And do you find yourself that sometimes trying to stay consistent, you're like, you become exhausted, get tired? I'm not going to say like, oh, I just had the motivation. It's like, well, motivation is neither here nor there. It's like,
yeah, motivation is fleeting. Don't ever do anything based off of motivation.
Based off motivation, but you get fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing that a lot of bodybuilders and people who train and stuff like that after a while you're just like, if I have to look, I have a buddy of mine, he's actually competing today in the Wasatch Warrior bodybuilding competition. And he was just like, dude, if I have to look at another freaking like plain chicken breast and white rice, I think I'm going to vomit.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's forcing himself to do it and everything else because of that consistency. He could probably eat that 4 days out of the week, but if he totally biffs it on the other 3, those 4 days don't matter now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, do you have tricks that you do in order to, keep you consistent on what you do? Like, what is
the biggest one? Yeah, the biggest one is you have to lie to yourself. And everybody's like, "What? No, don't, no." Yes, yeah, you do a little bit.
Mark,
it's like Ronnie
Mark,
Coleman.
Look at me. I never lied to Mark.
Yeah.
Have I ever lied to you? I've never lied to you.
We're
Mark.
all done off this gaslighting thing. Stop it. No, it's like, if you ever watch any kind of Ronnie Coleman videos, when the ones where he's eating, what does he say? Just about every time he takes a mouthful of food. That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good. And it's you tell yourself that. And even if it's not, if you keep telling yourself that, well, it's not going to be so bad.
Right.
But if you keep telling yourself like, oh God, this is freaking hate this. Well, yeah, now you're going to hate it even more.
Right.
So you have to borderline lie to yourself to get you past those hard spots. Or then you have to just basically look at, is this worth what I'm going to be consuming? You can't always do that because sometimes you're so down, you'll be like, yes, it absolutely is. I'm going to do it.
Right. Right.
So you can't always do that, but you just have to, you borderline lie to yourself.
Yeah.
Be like, oh man, this is going to be the best workout ever. Even though you're like, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Be like, man, this is the best workout ever. It's like anytime we do tests, be like, oh man, we're going to have a good workout.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you're like, I hope I don't pass out.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So you just, you have to convince yourself through your own self-talk. And if you can't, you find somebody that can help you. That's why you have that accountability partner.
Okay.
So if you're like, God, I can't convince myself today, then you call up that person and be like, hey dude, I need you to like convince me that the workout's going to be great.
Yeah.
And then you have that one person that that's going to be like, hey, quit being a little bitch and get out there. Be like,
yeah.
Fuck, I know. Thank you.
Yeah. The one thing that I've noticed for myself is that there's certain things that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I actually enjoy working out.
Yeah, I do too. Every now and then I just find myself, I'll be sitting here, I'll be doing stuff. Then the next thing you know, I'll be like, oh crap, I forgot to do my workout. Now I'm teaching. Now I don't have time to do my workout.
Right.
So,
and that's more of like a logistical thing. It's not necessarily.
It's time management.
It's
for me.
time. Yeah. Time management. My hardest thing, and when I said earlier, when talking about food, like there is a fat boy that lives inside me.
See, and my biggest thing is, yes, I want to be healthy and I want to be strong, but I also like food, so I know that I'm not going to be shredded.
Right. Right.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, do I want to be strong and healthy, and do I want to be attractive for Shanna? Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, I also like food, so I know I'm not going to look like certain things. And I'm just perfectly okay with that.
Yeah.
It's like Patty the Batty, that interview with him. It's like, I'd rather, in his mind, granted, it's easy for him to say because he's just like coming off of looking like he's a, you know,
MMA Greek god.
Yeah. Shredded breast.
From Ireland.
Yeah.
I really like that guy.
I like him too.
such
And
a
he's like just maybe 5% body fat. He's like, I'd rather be fat and happy. And it's like, yeah, because you look like that.
Right.
And you just have to, like, so if you are out of shape and you don't like it, you have to get to the point where you are unhappy with it.
Yeah.
Unhappy to the point to where you're like, I need to make changes.
Where you'll actually put actionable changes to those things.
But if you're like, I don't like where I'm at, but I like food more, then okay, am I going to be healthy enough moving forward?
Right.
And you just have to look at those and answer those questions for yourself.
Right. So the thing that I've noticed, not only for myself, but I think it's a very normal human thing, Western thing, whatever you want to say, is, okay, great. Like, I'm not happy with, either whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'll just use myself as an example. I don't know if I mentioned this before on the podcast, but like I met Cammie and, having her over and cooking and everything else. And yeah, she's got celiac. So now I've got to like try to, figure out what I have cooked before I can modify and make. And it's a lot of, for me, I seriously enjoy cooking. I really, really do. It's, it tickles a lot of different parts of my brain of like, science and creation and food and all that stuff at the same time. And so, but here's the bad thing is, but because I'm making all of this food and everything else, you can then look and follow my weight
you can
on
tell.
my app. And it's like a 45-degree line as it goes up from the time that I met Cammie to today. And
that's honestly, unfortunately, that's a very natural thing.
Oh, 100%.
Because you become comfortable with this person.
Yeah.
You want to spend more time with this person, and then other aspects of your life suffer.
Well, and the other part of this is that honestly, depression's a great diet plan until you get happy. Yeah. It's like I was on Ozempic and then I got off and I gained 20 pounds. It's like, yeah, I was fine. I mean, my weight and everything else was fantastic.
Yeah.
Until I stopped being depressed. And
yeah, no, you could always tell when someone just recently broke up from a long-term relationship because they get super fit, super fast.
Yeah.
Because of one, now they're back on the market.
Yeah.
Or two, they're just depressed and they don't want to eat.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that was me. Like I would work out all the time. I could, subsist on, I was making sure I was getting enough protein in so that it didn't, cannibalize my muscles and everything else. I was maintaining my strength and everything, and I was getting better at the gym, and, it was just like, whatever, and then all of a sudden, I start eating more, and I was like, okay, great. I need to get this under control now, because again, like what you said, I think, which is going to fly in the face of a lot of people out there. I don't freaking care. Shove it. Is that if you're in a relationship, you now have a job. And your job isn't to make that other person happy, contrary to popular belief, because you can't do that.
No, your job is to compliment them.
Okay. You can compliment them. Your other job is to try to make yourself the most attractive person for that person. That is a thing you can control. Okay. So I'm like, I can't remember who I was listening to, but they mentioned that. They're like, yeah, like that's your job, like all of a sudden you get with this person and you think like, oh yeah, I can just like now totally take my foot off the gas pedal. It's like before you met this person, what were you doing? Going to the gym, eating right, lifting weights, making sure you hit your cardio, make sure you hit the goals. You met this person, great. Like you're still dating, you're still flirting, you're still doing this. Did you give all of that up and gain 50 pounds and be like, yeah, that person's going to be with me forever? No. So why do you think it's okay now? Well, I'm busy. My life this. Like, no. Like your life was busy and everything else before, and you can do this now. So anyway, so I kind of have that mentality now, and I'm like, great. I want to be in better shape, not only for, so that I do maintain and stay attractive for her, but for me. This is a, probably 90-10.
Yeah,
10% for her and 90% for me.
You got to do it mainly for you.
Yeah, this is 100%. Like,
and you have to be okay with whatever it is that you want.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to do this whole body positivity thing where it's like, no, you're beautiful just the way you are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is truth to that, but at the same time, it's like, are you happy with the way you truly happy with the way you are?
Are you happy with how you can move?
Yeah.
I mean, that I'll be honest. Like, one thing that I noticed before I lost all the weight the first time was like I was having to hold my breath so that I could kneel down and tie my shoes because my gut got in the way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is dumb, Anyway, so going off and working out and everything else, this is the thing that I think is, for me at least, is mentally hard, is weight comes off slow. Muscle mass is gained slower.
Yeah.
And how do I stay focused to keep that consistency in my life?
Have trackable numbers too.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
even still having trackable numbers, I mean, I could be, and it's funny because I watch it because I weigh myself daily.
And allowing yourself one, like, okay, you do this, you get this. Like, I know some people debate me on like cheat meals, but it's like, no, if you're going to bust your ass 90% of the time, okay, 10% you can just throw caution to the wind, because then that satisfies that craving and then it keeps you moving forward.
Right.
But then if you don't do that, you run the risk of binging and being like just, and then you're screwed.
Yeah. The coach that I go to, I mentioned him before, but he loves Pop-Tarts. I think Pop-Tarts are basically just...
They're considered the worst food in America.
They are. They're awful. It's basically sugar and
but
cardboard.
If he does everything 90% of the time and he has 1 or 2 Pop-Tarts a month, that does nothing to him.
Well, here's the thing. He'll have like several Pop-Tarts throughout the week. And people look at him like, how do you have, like, what are you talking about?
Because everything else is good.
And exactly. Is that he's like, yeah. He says, I fit it in my macros.
Yeah.
And he says, if I've got room for a Pop-Tart in my macros, I have a Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. But because of the oscillation, and even with his clients, where they will be, spinning their wheels, it's like, I'm doing everything right. I have not lost or gained in the past 3 weeks. What the hell am I doing? And for people that are, super intense about what they're doing, they're sending in progress photos and everything else, and he will actually show them. But I think a lot of times for us to see those changes,
you don't see changes
difficult.
in yourself. You have to have somebody that you're accountable to.
Yeah.
So, moral of the story, find an accountability partner.
Yep.
But moving on to our fight scene.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay, this week's fight scene, maybe because I've been watching Invincible a lot, we have Battle Beast versus the Predator.
Oh, see, now, okay. I don't know Battle Beast that well.
Okay, Battle Beast, he is a lion, humanoid, alien type thing.
Okay.
And his entire existence is to find worthy opponents to fight.
Ooh, very much like the Predator.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but not like try to hunt and kill. Like, he wants to fight you.
Like, I want to fight you, and if I win, I win. You might die, but
yeah. And his whole motto is like, if he dies, he wants to be killed by a worthy opponent. He either wants to bathe in their blood or choke on his own.
Got it.
Like, that's his whole mission.
Yeah.
So he's extremely strong, great fighter, all that stuff. So we'll have it in, I don't know where he's from. I'm not too keen on him also. I just bought a book from one of the stories so I can learn more about him.
Right.
But they're basically kind of the same thing, except the Predator just wants to hunt you. The Battle Beast just wants to fight you.
Okay.
So round 1, we'll go whatever Battle Beast's planet is against him and the Predator.
Does the Predator have all of his
gear?
Yes,
he has everything.
It has all of his gear. Oh, dude. Okay, so what are the powers and stuff the Battle Beast has?
Oh, like strength, sense, determination, like...
Okay, that's...
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to lean predator on this one.
Okay.
Because of the stealth aspect, hunting is different than fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could have a great fighter that if you've got a hunter, that person's dead.
Yeah. So for me, I'm going to go, because it's home field, I'm going to go Battle Beast because he knows like the terrain. He knows the smell.
Fair. Okay, fair.
Stuff like that. So in that aspect, just because it's home field, I'm leaning Battle Beast. But now on Yayucha Prime, where Predator's from, Predator's taking him because Battle Beast
is not even fun.
Battle Beast doesn't know the terrain, doesn't know the sense, doesn't know any of that stuff.
Especially if he's using his sense of smell and stuff like that. Everything smells weird.
Yeah. So round 2, I definitely got Predator taking him. Right. So, but now round 3, they're in a cage. I've got Battle Beast winning.
Are we talking like Arnold's?
Yeah.
Take all my stuff and we're gonna fight.
Yes.
Okay. I'd probably go with that too.
Yeah, because as much as the Predator's a great hunter, like one-on-one fighting, they seem to always lose.
Yeah.
So
that is true. So like if it's no
and I love
gear, no
Predators.
Nothing,
I love
tough.
the Predator series.
Yeah, they're tough. That's
the books. Have you ever read some of the books?
You were telling me about that.
God, they're so good. Because you can hear the monologue of the Predator.
Yeah, of what they're saying to each other instead of just...
That's why I like Badlands.
Yeah.
Because you can actually hear the Predator or read what they're talking about. So, yeah, I've got 2-1 Battle Beast.
Yeah,
I've got 2-1 Battle Beast. Also.
I've got 2-1
2-1 Predator.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So, let us know who you think would win. But moving on to our joke of the week. All right, so this week's joke, I've got a funny one. Let me pull it up. Okay. Life tip. Watch the movie Jaws backwards, and it's a heartwarming story about a giant white shark that gives arms and legs back to disabled people. Right? I read that and I was like, wait a minute, what? That's really funny.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
It's a heartwarming story.
Heartwarming story of that. I like that one.
But let us know your favorite movie joke. But moving on to our shout outs. All right, anybody you want to shout out this week?
Yes, I will shout out Anna, who works for Market Star, company up in Ogden. Actually, they're global company, but they have offices up in Ogden. She called me up. This is the second time I went over and did a self-defense training class with her employees and everything else, and just went over, had a great time. Their people over there are super great, but they do a whole bunch of stuff with like Google, Reddit. I mean, Apple, you name it's a big company. So
nice. Shout out
to Anna and Market Star. Thank you guys for having me. It was awesome.
Yeah. Shout out Merle, my father-in-law. He changed my brakes.
Oh, so yeah. There you go.
That's where we won't spend too much time because we don't have a lot of time. But I freaking hate mechanic markups. Because the brakes, both sets, front and rear, $60.
Yeah, for parts.
Yeah. But yet, if I were to do that,
$600.
Yeah, at least. So, but moving on to our final thoughts. All right. Any final thoughts you want to leave anybody with?
Final thoughts is go out and enjoy a Lando Norris Monster.
Yeah.
This podcast has been brought to you by Lando Norris Monster.
Yeah. It's not, but I wish. Yeah. I'm going to have to start hashtagging Monster.
Yeah. In all reality, like try to find an accountability partner and stay consistent, because that's going to be the biggest thing that's going to help you with any type of achievement in your life that you're going to want to make.
Consistency.
Yep.
You can't beat it. Yep. But next week we will have a special guest on the show. We are going to be recording at a different time because we have tournament this coming Saturday at the airing of this show. Yeah. So we will give you an update, but thanks for kicking it with us, and we'll see you next week, everybody.
Peace.